My name is Ellen. I have been in Richmond about 20 some years. I've been divorced for 7 years. We haven't been together for 9. And go to Redemption Hill. My husband was an alcoholic. I kept that well covered from most everybody for probably 9 years, 10 years. So I gave an ultimatum and said, you go to AA or leave. And he went to AA. So I had hope that things were going to get better, and they did for 4 months. But then it just went right back, and it wasn't going to change, and then he decided to leave the marriage. I mean, I grew up a Catholic. We went to church, we went to Sunday school. You know, you just did your duty, so to speak. And I always believed in Jesus, but it was just kind of, you know, something you did, and you do things to be a good person, to be saved, I guess. And it was the same way at this church where I went with my kids. I still had that same belief. Well, if I'm a good enough person, I'll go to heaven. So then when my divorce happened, and I was still serving in the church, and then suddenly they called me in and wanted me to step down. I was the team leader of this food ministry, and they asked me to step down because they knew I was going through a hard time. So then after that, I didn't go to church. It broke me. And people didn't pursue me. I realized it was just fake, and you had to look a certain way and act a certain way, and there was no real love or relationships. That was really hard. You know, it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't how I ever thought my life would be. It was the complete opposite. And I was probably at my lowest point.
The first time I met Ellen, she was very strong and always seemed happy to me and in control, and we just really hit it off right away. I just knew that I really enjoyed being with her. So when we went to dinner, we ended up staying there till like 1 in the morning talking, had so much in common, and not really knowing all of her background or her entire story. I only knew bits and pieces just from things I had heard, but that was really the start of our friendship, was that one night.
It was, so we kind of sporadically would see each other. She would invite me over a lot. I mean, she knew that I was alone. And then we just finished our Hebrews Bible study, and we were having Story of God in the basement, and we just had mentioned, you know, if you'd like to come, it's just the whole group of people that you already know, that you've been around, that love you. And so she decided she would come to that. And that was really the first time I don't know, I think she had been at church or around anybody, you know, any type of church situation for a really long time. So Tim was doing the Story of God Bible study in his basement. And Susan, they were like, well, why don't you come? And I was like, okay, I can do that. It's, you know, safe. And we were on the story of Joseph. And I don't know, something clicked. And I was just like, oh my gosh, all my horribleness, the losing of my kids, all of that, I'm not in control of. And there's a reason. And I was a basket case. And everybody was so worried, but I was like, it's good, it's good. I felt peace for like the first time in so long. It was amazing. I mean, I was a mess as I continue. Now, these are tears of joy. It was amazing. finally got it.
It was exactly what she needed at that time. That was just, it was perfect. It was perfect for her. It was perfect for you.
Through my hardships, God took all these things that made me me, or what I thought made me me. Took my husband, took my children. That's what I was. I was a wife and a mother. In that, it brought me closer to God, because I knew that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do any of it. And letting go and letting God, He's brought me back my children, and more family than I've ever had.
Mm.
Like real family.
It's a miracle.
Jesus plus something equals nothing. Jesus plus nothing is everything.